a couple of slides. Okay, thanks. And yeah, so before that, I did a job from 2021 to 2023 as a software developer in an MNC. And even during that time, I was still applying for my master's. So I wanted to go abroad for my studies or just go abroad in general ever since I was a kid, because I was just like fascinated with like that concept of like going abroad, meeting new people, being in a different country. And so it was something that I aspired from a young age. But I knew that like it was very cost prohibitive and there was like that barrier of entry. And so I always aspired to like like at least get like some sort of scholarship, at least for tuition, if not for living costs, because that's the only way I could have achieved that dream without putting some financial burden on my parents. So yeah, that's kind of like the story. So even though I was doing a job from 2021 to 2023, I always had it in my mind that I did want to do like a job as well. So, sorry, I always had it in my mind that I wanted to do a master's as well. And before that, I did my bachelor's from 2017 to 2021 from MIT Pune in computer science and engineering. And I got a good GPA, I think, but yeah, that's all. And did some courses as a part of my bachelor's, as well as did like a IISc Bangalore internship. It was an online internship because it was COVID. And in 2021, I applied to 3 Erasmus Mundus programs, and I got rejected from the last 2. And I got on the reserved list of this one called SMACC. And I am from a computer engineering background. SMACC is Smart Cities and Communities. So technically, it is for people more from a civil engineering background. But I wrote my SOP in such a compelling way that I still made it onto the reserved list. And this is what kind of gave me the hope that, hey, maybe I can, like, if I keep applying, maybe they'll accept me. So then in 2022, because I was super busy with my job, I unfortunately could not like meet all the deadlines and I didn't track them correctly. So I only applied to one program and I got rejected from that. And then in 2023, I applied to 3 Erasmus Mundus programs. And I made it into one of them and got rejected from 2 again. So as you can see, like lots of rejections on the way to like getting the scholarship, but I didn't like that kind of make me settle for less or make me think that okay, maybe I should just compromise or maybe I should give up on this dream of like going abroad. So yeah, that's one. Just a second, yeah. So since you signed up for this program, I'm sure you also want to go abroad as well. And there are.
I'm sorry. So where is the redeem code part?
No, no. Go ahead.
Where is the redeem part? Like I don't see the.
Do not redeem the card.
No, bro. I want to redeem. Shut the fuck up. Leave the meeting, bro. Kick those trolls. I want to redeem my card, but they don't let me to redeem the card.
No, you don't redeem the card, bro. You don't redeem the card. Fuck you, nigga.
I have no idea what's happening. Maybe you can just kick out those people from the meeting.
Yeah, hi Vidya. I mute all of them. Yeah, you can try now. Just a minute. Can you try to unmute yourself? Is it working?
Yeah, I can unmute myself. Yeah, I think there was just some problem here. Sorry.
Okay, no, this. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, is my screen still sharing?
Yeah. It's visible.
Okay, sweet. Okay, right. So let's dive back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some prerequisites, obviously, which is the IELTS exam, the motivation letter, or like the statement of purpose, and the letters of recommendation. So here, for every prerequisite, I'm attaching links to like resources that were helpful for me. So the first one is SOPs and LORs. So this is a drive folder that has SOPs and like a collection of SOPs and LORs for different fields. I think it's still a bit STEM heavy. Sorry for that because that's my background. So like it will probably be a bit more helpful for like students from STEM, but it's still very nice to go through like SOPs and LORs to see how different people with like coming from like different backgrounds, having different resumes, write their SOPs and LORs. It's very important to review SOPs and LORs to be able to write the right ones, which are also compelling. And another thing that I used to do, you don't have to do this. I think it's more than enough to just go through this drive folder. But another thing that I used to do was that I used to go on Reddit and I used to review SOPs for other people. I didn't share mine, but I used to review SOPs for other people so that I used to give them like helpful feedback. But it was also helpful for me to understand, how other people are framing it, especially for like somebody who's applying for like the same masters that I am. It was very helpful for me to be able to review other people's SOPs and improve my own writing in that process because I started understanding how to do it. Then this is a link to my SOP, like which like one of my lengthier SOPs. And we'll go through like my SOPs in this because I want to like point out something which is very important related to SOPs. CV, just a generic template. Don't try to make it too fancy. Just like keep it simple, keep it academic. Nobody expects you to, unless you're applying for like a creative or a design field, nobody expects you to have like a very fancy CV. So just keep it clean, keep it simple, make sure it has no typos. That's the thing about the CV. And there was somebody called Priyanshu who did a really nice session about how to find your ideal international university. And I think that's a great prerequisite to what I'm about to tell you because it's also a video by Eklavya only. So I think it will be really beneficial for you to watch that video and then watch this video to like have some sort of continuity on topics. So now that we're done with that, again, for LORs, there's a drive folder to like kind of get an idea of what kind of recommendations are other professors writing and how you can maybe request your professors to highlight those attributes of yourself or professors or coworkers, whatever it is. And another thing I would say is make yourself easy to find. So create a LinkedIn profile or create like a portfolio website for yourself or like maybe a blog or something. Because that way, whenever the people who are going to be reviewing your applications in the admission committee look at your application, they are going to, they are going to find these links and put those links after you have the portfolio website or blog or LinkedIn, put that link on your CV so that when they look at it, they get to know more about you than what you can fit in like that small CV, but where you can't really like write longer paragraphs about the work that you did. So that's one advice. And again, a bit STEM specific about the GRE exam. So especially for like Germany as well as USA, if like you're aiming for those places, then these are the resources for GRE as well. So I'm going to ask if like anybody has questions right now about what we covered so far, and then we'll like proceed further.
Okay, Ankit just dropped the question in the chat box. So he's asking about, can you share a good example of portfolio website?
Portfolio website. Good, I don't know. I can share an example, which is my own website. Again, it's nothing fancy, but I had it, before applying for the program. So can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So yeah, I'm a software developer, so I had to have like some sort of portfolio website, and it's very simple if you can look at it. Like such a simple color combination, nothing dynamic, no pictures moving in the side, just like a couple of like those like cute animations, something like this, like whatever, like this button which redirects to my LinkedIn, like these effects. Again, I like this. Then just like some, again, like nothing too dynamic, but just like, the bash terminal way of like displaying my skills. Some FAQ style dialog boxes, and then the contact me section. And it doesn't even have to be this. Like literally, you can have like a portfolio website. There are so many that are available online. You can ask ChatGPT to like how you can make it. Honestly, it's so quick these days to be able to do it. But this is my portfolio website. If you're interested, maybe I can like look up more and like show you. But yeah, this is literally what my portfolio website was when I was applying for the Erasmus program.
Yeah. Okay. So
Uh,
yeah,
hmm,
the next question is about GRE.
hmm.
GRE is required for Erasmus or not?
Not at all. No, it is not required for Erasmus at all. It's only for if you're targeting USA and if you're targeting universities in Germany. So that DAAD scholarship, DAAD, like
Yeah.
for that scholarship, some like competitive German universities require.
Okay. Similar question asking Rajesh. GRE is for US universities or maybe other universities?
Primarily US and then some German. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah, and students also asking, can you please share these links in the chat box or with them?
Sorry, what?
Can you please share all these links with Eklavya or
Yes.
chat box? Yeah. So
Yeah. I'll share the whole slide only. So then because there are going to be more links that are coming also. So then you'll be able to see everything.
okay. So one of the like basic but interesting question has came asking a okay, so Ankit is asking, how can you start searching the specific programs out of a big list of resumes? Since we are going to apply everywhere we end up rejecting. So how to tailor our list?
Tailor your list. Yeah, that's a great question. Are you asking only in the context of Erasmus Mundus, or are you asking in like the broad context of all like master's programs?
Ankit, you can unmute yourself and ask clearly, like, what specifically do you want to know?
Hello, ma'am. I am audible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're audible.
So actually, I'm also interested in related to sustainability and energy. But when I was
Hmm.
gone through last year Erasmus website, it has I think 60 to 70 program, and that actually takes a lot of time. So is there any
Yes.
specific keyword that we need to search? And also, I wanted to understand like how we can prepare ourselves in advance that we have this specific Erasmus program list that we have to apply on that because I wanted
Okay.
to
Hmm.
not only work in I don't want it to just study related to technical aspect. I wanted to understand other aspect of energy and renewable sector as well in the Erasmus
Hmm.
field.
Okay, I see what you mean. So there's unfortunately no easy way around like going through the catalog. I know it's very like verbally dense and everything, but I remember myself like going through hours and hours. Like I remember reading about programs that were not related to like computer science or sustainability at all, just like related to something completely different, like documentary making or cinema. But like going through, like browsing through those as well because I'll get to that part in a bit. But yeah, like shortlisting programs is like a big part of Erasmus. The one thing is you don't have to be earlier Erasmus had a limit that you can only apply to 3 programs. Now that limit has been lifted, so you can apply to many programs. So one of the reasons why I applied in 2023, like in my background, I'm saying I applied to SE for GD and Genial, which are both having some sort of like sustainability component is because I did my bachelor's in computer science and I had an extensive computer science background. And the only thing on my CV which was related to sustainability was this introduction to sustainability course. So I could leverage that as well as my experience in computer science to be like, this is why I am a competitive candidate for computer science programs that have sustainability element. Now, probably whatever field you're exploring, your CV, if you make it in such a way, if you develop your skills or have those skills on your CV in such a way that you can appeal to like that specific Erasmus program or like a small pool of Erasmus programs, then you can be strategic about it like that and apply for them. So that would be my answer.
Yeah, actually, that is something I have been doing. Like, I'm also a part of a fellowship from Do School, which is supported by
Mhm.
Mercedes-Benz Company, Germany. So that is the
That's a
reason I
great
wanted
thing to
to
include on your
mention
CV.
that. Yeah. And another thing is that how do we know which is the very selective or like very highly competitive Erasmus program we need to avoid? Because if we end up applying to, for example, 20,000 application program, then our chances being an Indian could be less instead of applying to a very less selective one. So do you have any idea about it? Or again, you need to go through
Mhm.
all the catalogs and of the
You
programs
need to
over
go
there?
through all the catalogs, but I would say that you can look at the year that the Erasmus program was installed, and we'll get into like how to navigate the website later. But for example, here you can see that like this is not absolute, but generally programs that start newly, like this is started this year. So the programs that start earlier are the ones that are not as competitive as programs that have started like a while ago, because they are the ones who have like that credibility or that alumni base to like make it more competitive. So the admission committee knows which aspects they want more and more and which aspects they don't want. So that's what I feel like makes a program competitive. But this is not a like, all programs which are new are like less competitive and all programs which are old are going to be more competitive. This is not like a general statement like that. Are there more
Thank you
questions
so much.
Yeah,
or?
yeah,
Okay, of course, of course.
yeah. So the second question is about like English language test or IELTS. So does
Mhm.
Erasmus require any English language test?
Yes, it does. I know a few people who have emailed the program. So, like on the Erasmus website, you get the link to the program and you can email those people saying that, hey, can you please waive off the English requirement for me? And then your because can be whatever reason you think will be like the best for getting it waived off. But I would suggest just get it because already, like, you are competing with like so many people, so why do you want this to be something that like, holds you back? Just get it done um and then it's just at least this is the way I look at it, that I don't want to ask for like, like that kind of like an omission, unless of course like you have a really good reason you think, which is why you should not have to give the IELTS. You can try emailing them, but if they get too many emails like that, they might get annoyed, and you know how it goes.
Okay, the similar question is asking Kumar Ritik. So he's asking like, is it fine to opt for Duolingo instead of TOEFL and IELTS?
I would not say so. Like again, you should just email the admission committee of that specific program. But I think IELTS is just the standard, like TOEFL or IELTS is just the standard that they are generally expecting. In my batch and my previous batch, like all my seniors, everybody in Erasmus I know, everybody took either most of them took IELTS and some of them took TOEFL.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The next question is from Sajid. So he is asking, is there an interview round as well after the written application stage, or does it depend from course to course? Course to course.
It depends from course to course. For me, for my program, they didn't have it, but I know for two other programs who I have friends in that they had like an interview round.
Okay. Thank you. The next question is from Ankit. Do we need to email them before we submit an application? Also, does the admission committee understand that if we submit the let's record after the submission of our application?
IELTS after submission of your application, maybe, but again, like you are competing with so many people that they would want you to have it like before. And basically, try to follow what they want to a T, because anyway, there's like so many other factors. So like kind of like, haggling on this, like, oh, maybe I'll do a Duolingo instead of an IELTS. Sure, this is my personal opinion. Maybe they will give you like that chance also, but I think it's just better to do it. And there was another question. What was the thing that he asked before?
Also, does the admission committee understand that if we submit the late record after the submission of our application?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think they are quite strict about it. No.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. The next question asking Sajid. So he's asking, suppose if you have already like one master's from Indian universities, so is it possible? Are we eligible for Erasmus masters?
Yes, you are. Yes, as long as you haven't done an Erasmus before, you are eligible. But you need to make your appeal more compelling. Why you think you need a second master's?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. The next question is from Hussein. So whether one needs to have offer letter to apply for Erasmus?
Offer letter from what?
I guess the question is not clear. So Syed Hussein, if you are here, so you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, till then we can take the another question from Kumar Ritik. So do we need to make our different CV for different courses? If the admission committee get to know about this, will it create any problem?
It will not create a problem. You can have different CVs for different courses. In fact, I would encourage it because you want to accentuate different parts of your application. As long as like whatever claims on it are true, and like you can do it. Because for example, when I was applying for a program that was more AI heavy, I showed that I had done my MOOCs in like AI related, like basically online courses in AI. But when I was applying to sustainability programs, I showed that I had done an introduction to sustainability course, or I had done like 8 or 9 projects during my undergrad. So when I had to show 3 projects, right? So for my AI related CV, I showed my data science projects, and then for my sustainability ones, I showed more, projects that were relevant that way. So you can have different CVs as long as the information on it is true.
Okay. Thank you. The next question from Ratnakar Pawar. So he's asking about age limitation. There is have any age limitation for applying the Erasmus courses?
Not at all. And in fact, they want like a diversity in age, so there is no age limitation.
Okay. His second question is about the medical facilities. So he's asking, what are the medical facilities available for students, those who are under medical treatment?
I'm not sure about that. They do give a health insurance as a part of the program, but the health care system in Europe, let's just say all the best. If like you get selected. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so the next question is asking Rujesh Mahagaukar. So Rujesh, your question is also still not clear, so you can also unmute yourself and ask, but still I'm reading that question. What are the deadlines for scholarship application? But there is not clarification about which scholarships. And also he's asking, also I'm targeting German universities, still it is possible to get a scholarship. So
that's like yes, Germany has like the DAD scholarship, or they probably have like some sort of research assistantships, which are not exactly scholarships, but definitely help like fund your education or abroad. And as for the deadlines, it really depends. Like it can be anywhere between October to like March. So like that's something that you'll have to research on your own and like create like a proper Excel sheet of like the program, what the deadline is. Program, what the deadline is. Do you have the SOP for it? What have you submitted? Like you have to be organized about those things.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Ruby is asking how someone who has MBA and 9+ years work experience can start preparation.
There's preparation in terms of this kind of like prerequisites. Everybody has to go through that. So just do like your prepare your CV, IELTS, and all of that. And apart from that, there's no preparation. Apart from that, it's just application. So just select the ones you think, you'll make more of an impact at. So maybe something that will like, make you more eligible for like senior roles. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks. The next question is about again German. So, is German language proficiency is required for product management or healthcare management courses?
I'm not sure. I think that's like a question more for someone who studied in Germany.
Yeah. And the next question from Sajid. So he's asking, do we need to submit our CV in the Europass format or
Good
different?
question. I didn't submit mine in the Europass format. I know some Erasmus programs ask that, oh, you should submit it in Europass format. Mine also said that we should submit it in Europass. I just didn't read that. And I submitted it in my, like, like a normal, like, plain format, and I got accepted anyway. So, like, yes, you should, because I know, like, my classmates who submitted it in Europass, but also like I didn't, and like I know a few people who didn't because they also didn't read that requirement and they also got accepted.
Okay. Yeah. So next question is asking Mihir, what all number of languages we should learn except English for Erasmus scholarship, as it will in different countries year by year for 2 years.
um you don't need to learn other languages. Like they have language learning courses for each semester, like because a lot of countries encourage you to learn the local language, but they have those courses when you already start the program, so you don't need to learn anything beforehand.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Ritik is asking, how is the placement scenario in the Erasmus universities? Is there dedicated placement, say, like Indian Institute, or do we need to
No.
do in on- okay, yeah. Okay. If anybody has any other questions, so please unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, I can also like continue because I have like 4 or 5 more slides and then we can like go ahead.
Yes, 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 sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. So then what my strategy was while applying to the program, the especially to Erasmus Mundus, is that it's a numbers game. So apply to many programs. In my case, it was three because I thought the limit was three. But in fact, the year that even I applied in 2023, that limit of that you can apply to maximum three programs had been lifted. So apply to many programs because they have no cost for submitting an application. But I would also say that keep in mind that every application that you include means that you have to tailor your CV for it. Means that you have to write an SOP for it. Means you have to do research about that program. Look at the LinkedIn profiles of the people who have gotten accepted. See like if you can like reach out to them or make like if your profile is as competitive as theirs. So it's a numbers game, apply to many, but also understand that every additional program that you apply to is going to be additional work for you. So just keep that in mind and apply. Then I would say that this is something that I personally feel was in 2021. I was so hell-bent that I want to go abroad that I applied again, like very aggressively, numbers game, like I said. And I got like in 2021, like a tuition waiver from University of Helsinki, but I would still have to pay for my like living expenses. And I was not even sure I could like be able to um, afford that because again Helsinki is a bit expensive. So I was basically left in a situation where the placement season was at an end, and I had no admits in hand because I was a bit overconfident that yeah I'll get a scholarship. And fortunately, I found a job like towards the very end of the placement season after talking to my placement coordinator, asking him can I please sign up for this, all of that. But it's not that like everybody cannot be that lucky. So I would say like have a backup plan always. Always have a backup plan. And going abroad for studies is a dream and it's a wonderful dream. And so you should keep applying and don't give up, but have a backup plan. Another thing which was a part of my strategy was finding previous scholarship holders on LinkedIn and basically like looking at their profile and seeing, oh, is my profile as competitive as this? Because like in 2021 when I applied, I could see that people who got admitted had more experience, had like more credentials to show on their CV as compared to me, which is when I did my IISc Bangalore internship to have some sort of credential. Did that introduction to sustainability MOOC on Coursera, again, to have some sort of credential on my CV that gives me a fair shot at applying for that program. So I think looking at the previous scholarship holders gives you an idea of what the admission committee is looking for in in the people who are applying. So I think that's very important. And then build your profile to resemble this, or at least accentuate the parts of your profile that they have also accentuated on this. And another thing is generic SOPs for general programs, specific SOPs for Erasmus Mundus programs. And I'll tell you why this is the case, because when I was applying for like masters in computer science programs, for example, my SOP would be very general, but my SOP would be for Erasmus programs would be super specific. And that was kind of like because Erasmus, you have to really target and be specific because they are looking at every single aspect of your application. So yeah, that was my strategy. Then yeah, I think that like a lot of times, one thing, at least this is what I was dealing with. I was like, when scholarships are given, I was like, oh, do I have to kind of be like, oh, I think I really want the scholarship because I don't think I would be able to afford education abroad, like appealing to that sentiment. But no, international scholarships are given on the basis of merit, so you don't need to appeal to them on the basis of need. So just spin your hardship into merit, and don't be afraid to boast. Don't be afraid to like show that you have done a lot of things and you are like an exemplary student. Don't be afraid that if they think, oh no, this person is too privileged, they have like so many good things on their CV already, why do they need a scholarship? That's not going to happen. They want meritorious students. So like don't be afraid to like show off the fact that you have done a lot of cool things, and that is what determines like the weight of your CV in their eyes. And like this is something that is that become a master of using buzzwords. I'll tell you what I mean in a second. Like I'll demonstrate it. The other thing is like keep applying. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect SOP, the perfect LOR. Don't wait for it. Just even if it is imperfect, apply this year, apply next year, apply the year after that. Because if you wait for a perfect moment, you are just like waiting for like you are never gonna know what went wrong with your application unless you apply, unless you put in that work. So I would say don't wait, just apply. And then yeah, CV and SOP are the most important documents. So work on them from day one, like work on them from today, because that is how you are going to be evaluated. And that's a perfect segue into SOPs, which I wanted to discuss. And that is like, for example, look at this letter of motivation that I had from this is in 2021 when I applied and I got rejected from this program. But look at the introduction here. It says like, few things are as cool as coding. Programmers are artists equipped with logic. It looks like I'm writing an essay, right? It looks like I'm writing an essay for like my school or something. Like I'm talking about like how cool coding is, programmers, artists, all of that, right? So look at how I have written this. While IT is a competitive field, I decided to pursue my undergraduate degree in computer science. This is the beginning of my motivation letter in 2021. But I improved myself, and now look at my motivation letter in 2020 when I applied for the 2023 intake. I want to contribute to the ongoing technological revolution by engineering broad-scale, energy-efficient software solutions for social good. Look at the impact that it makes. Like I come in with such a clear motivation from the first sentence itself, compared to here, where I'm just like, few things are as cool as coding. Programmers are artists equipped with logic. Like why does it matter what programmers are? What about me? What about the person who is making the application? Then like in the first three lines itself, I've utilized space so effectively to convey that I'm a competitive student. I'm saying that scientific leisure reading has romanticized computer technology for me. So I'm showing them that I am someone who reads, who reads for, like, I'm not saying reading is my hobby, which will help me. I'm saying I'm showing them that like reading all these authors like Feynman or Ted Chiang has helped me realize that I want to use technology for social good. So just in the the starting of these two motivation letters, you can see the difference in the way I'm appealing to the admission committee. Even over here, if you see, I'm writing it in such a whatever I did in the past, I'm writing it in such a very passive way in 2021, where I'm talking about like YouTube videos that I was watching or provided me with foundation to pursue my own projects. I began participating in hackathons. Like I had like an internship in like a company and I was assigned to work. So it's so passive. Like I was made to do this, made to do that. Look at the language over here. It sounds so like it doesn't sound like a motivated, driven student. On the other hand, over here, you see over here, like how I'm talking about my undergraduate experience. My capstone project, this achieved this much increase in accuracy from the previous benchmark model. I'm coming in so strong with my achievements. I'm quantifying them and I'm not afraid to boast. Like I said, I'm not afraid to show that like I have achieved things. Here also, I'm saying that out of 3,000 applicants, I was among just the 70 who completed one of the programs successfully. So I'm being so much more um, what's the word, like I'm the feel of it is so much more confident than the one before, right? And I think that it's very important to like have that. Even if you look at the ending of the SOPs, here look what I'm saying, this is such a generic ending. After finishing it, I want to like enroll in a doctorate program in like this track, and I want to do justice. Okay, not a bad ending. But now look at the ending over here. It says, as software solutions for narrow tasks proliferate, I want to create like broad scale information systems, which is an extremely exciting goal. And I think I'm well prepared and determined to tackle challenges by learning from the remarkable professors at the program I'm applying to and create sustainable systems that improve lives. Like, I hope I'm like conveying my point that I'm coming across as so much more confident in my like third attempt than I did in my first attempt, because I can kind of like now speak the language of a confident student. And I could only do this after I went through like reading a lot of other people's SOPs and was able to understand how to write better and working on my SOP over and over and over. So I think that it's really important to work on your SOP, because these are both my SOPs, but one of them is just and I'm the same person, but one of them is like just a student who is like passively telling her experience, while the other one gives the image of like a very confident student. So yeah, that's one part that I wanted to highlight as well. um we can do one thing. We can I'll go through this and then we can do questions, like all the questions at the end, so that way I can just finish off like these two slides really, and then then we can go into questions. So the other thing is, there's no limit of only 3 programs anymore. You can see outdated information online, but I remember reading that the limit of 3 programs has been lifted. And somebody asked this question already on our call, but go through the entire catalog, dedicate 4 to 5 hours a day to this until you go through it and until you have like an idea of which programs you would potentially be a good fit for. Because there is nobody who is going to do this work for you. You're going to have to go through it and you're going to have to find the programs that you're the best fit for. And the other thing is that like my program, for example, which was related to computer science, was not under the IT like category. So here you have these fields of study, right? And I remember when I was applying, there was something called IT. Is it still there? Yeah, IT. And my program, which was related to software engineering, was not under this IT tag. I don't know if it is now. Let's see. Actually, is it now there? Yeah, even now, like SE for GD is not under the IT tag, even though it is a program which is related to software engineering, right? So you will miss like programs if you like just sort by field of study or by keywords. There are so many programs related to AI that don't show up if you just search like AI over here, or if you search like, the keywords section and the field of study section might not be mapped to the programs. So go through the entire catalog. You will find, like programs that are fitted to your needs. Don't be lazy about this. Go through it, please. Like that's one thing that I can say. And the other thing, which is very important, is look at the end date. These are the dates that the program is going to run out of funding. So if it's going to run out of funding in 2030, that means its last intake is going to be in 2028. Because if they are running out of funding in 2030, they will probably, take in their last batch in 2028. So just remember to look at the end date as well. Especially for people who are thinking of like passively looking through it now and maybe applying next year, it becomes even more important to look at the end date of the program, because that's when you know when the funding for that program is going to be ending. And after that, some programs might continue offering scholarship, not under the Erasmus umbrella, Erasmus Mundus umbrella, maybe under a different one, but it's not guaranteed. So it might be a self-funded program at that point. So definitely remember that. Yeah. So go through the entire catalog, dedicate your time to it. Some, again, some programs are not, listed under the keywords or the categories. So go through it. And the last thing is, what was really helpful for me was finding former scholarship holders. So I applied for SE for GD. So connecting with people who had already been accepted into SE for GD, or even just going through their LinkedIn profile and seeing what they have been up to or what their achievements are was like a massive help for me, because I understood the level of like the category of students that they were looking for and how much more I needed to improve myself and my skills before I reached there. So yeah, that's something that I want to talk about. And then these are just links to like, scholarships, which are not Erasmus Mundus, but I came across like certain scholarships during the time that I was applying. So yeah, these are just links to those. You could go through these links and also like apply to them. Keep in mind that Erasmus Mundus is a scholarship that goes hand in hand with the masters. So for example, if I'm applying for Erasmus, it means I get the scholarship and the master's decision at about the same time. However, there are like these kinds of scholarships, like for other European countries, are the ones where you are applying to like a program at a college first, that college accepts you, and then you're applying for the scholarship. So the acceptance might happen somewhere around like Feb or March, and then you will be applying for the scholarship, and then you'll be getting a decision about that. So just remember that that is the difference between Erasmus Mundus and between these other scholarship programs. Keep in mind, because it can like you might get confused either about Erasmus or these programs. Most of these programs as well, these non-Erasmus programs, also don't have like a scholarship, like also don't have an application fee. Sorry. So, but there is that difference in like getting an admission first and then applying for scholarship. So just keep that in mind when you're going through these links. And apart from that, these are just some aggregator websites for, like different kinds of scholarships that are offered. Maharashtra government scholarships, India scholarships, Scholarship Corner, Scholarship DB. You can see it. If like you're pursuing PhD or you know someone who wants to do a PhD abroad, there's Euraxis, MSCA, different kinds of PhD funding opportunities as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And that's the end of my presentation. So now we can, do questions like full on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vidya, for your insightful session. Madhuri and Himanshu raised their hands. So, guys, please unmute yourself and ask the questions.
I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen.
Hello.
Oh, it's stopped already.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
this is Madhuri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your experience. And I just want to know, I mean, could you please walk us through the timeline of your scholarship application and university admission process?
Yeah, sure.
Specifically, like how long did the each stage take from applying for the Erasmus
Yeah,
Mundus scholarship to getting your university admission and finally
yeah.
starting your master's program? Yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. I did my IELTS exam by July or August 2022. Then, because my IELTS had expired like from the previous year, so I had to do it again. Then after doing that, um, I think around December or maybe Jan. That's the January. January was the deadline for Erasmus Mundus. So for SE for GD. So EDIS had its deadline in December. So I finished that by December. And then SE for GD and another program had its deadlines in Jan. So I finished it by Jan. I took my sweet time. I did not submit it on day one. I took some time. And then I got my admit by March. If you have interviews, like the programs which have interviews, they will have like that, buffer period as well, because you'll have interviews and then you'll get a decision. So maybe it will be like by April. But yeah, for me, it was by March that I got my scholarship decision. And then I was working a job, so I quit my job in April because there was a 3-month notice period. And yeah, then I left 10 days before my program started. So my program started in September, mid-September, and I left at the beginning of September.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks, Vidya. So the next question from Rajat is asking about is work experience required for the eligibility or not?
Sorry, what work experience?
Yeah, work experience is required for the eligibility or not?
It's not required for the eligibility, but in my program, people at least had some sort of internships. Like even though they were just graduating in that year that they were starting their masters, they had like done some internships in their final year for like one whole year with like a reputed-ish company. So I would say that like it's not a prerequisite, but it is something that gets added to your CV that makes you a competitive candidate.
Yeah, thanks. Ayush is asking how to start as a BSc CS grad and have 4 years experience as SE. Also have in Japanese language and is knowing other language than English is good go.
Sorry, come again. I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, so he's asking like very much short form. So he's asking how to start as how BSc CS grade and have 4 years experience as SE. Also have in Japanese language and is knowing other language than English is good go.
I think it depends on the program. I think if you know French and if you are like working for like a very European centric, like maybe humanities related subjects, then there is some what's the word? There is some benefit to knowing French, maybe Spanish, but other than that, knowing like an extra language doesn't really matter.
Yeah, thanks. Himanshu, raise your hand. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, hi Vidya, this is Himanshu.
Hey.
Hi. So it was an insightful presentation from your side anyway. I have a question for you. So I'll be applying for this Erasmus Mundus scholarship in a public policy program. I have a background in social sciences. So I just wanted to know or would like you to throw some light on like are there any partnership or of these institutes with the organizations like think tanks, NGOs or the government agencies for internship and employment? And are there any like advisory cell or the career officers, designated career officers for the students in these programs? Or
No to the second question. At least in my experience, in my program, there wasn't. I know there was one program which had like a really nice coordinator who would literally forward them like job opportunities in like that country, because it was a country where English was not the first language. So that coordinator knew where to find jobs for people who didn't know the local language and all of that. But so it really depends from program to program what kind of support is offered. So for those kinds of questions, maybe reach out to like people who have already done that program on LinkedIn or something.
Okay.
And what was your first question? Public policy and institution collabs. My program had institution related collabs as well, even though it wasn't like policy, but we were basically helping like local startups in Finland to like make their apps which were related to sustainability. So yeah, they have like some sort of collabs depending on the program, of course.
Okay. So like in your terms, in your words, like how would you describe the career prospect in Europe?
Depends on the country. And also depends on the field. Like for example, computer science, it's now with AI, there is like some sort of like nervousness, and it's becoming a bit harder to find entry level jobs. Um, I really don't know about like public policy. I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Vidya.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you, Vidya. So the next question from Ashutosh is asking, I have one question which is not regarding the application process, but could you explain little bit about research opportunity under different professor and universities?
I know that one of the professors at my university allowed students to do like summer internships, so they could do like research work for the professor and earn like some very nominal amount to help the professor as well. And in fact, from my experience, um, uh, professors, because IT is a field where most of the students want to work for private companies after graduating, the professors are really looking for like PhD students to join their work or their networks work. So if you want to pursue a doctorate, then the professors are really helpful in connecting you with their network and like helping you find a PhD opportunity. Private, they don't have those many connections, but they are still very helpful in like, wanting to get you there.
Yeah, thanks. Ankit is raised his hand. Ankit, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. So my question, like there are two questions that I wanted to ask you. First question is about like do does it matter the work experience? For example, if we just complete our bachelor's degree and apply for Erasmus scholarship, will that be a disadvantage for us because we don't have many experiences to add on, like the internship or the courses and certifications that we have throughout the 4 years of bachelor's degree? Is that sufficient enough? And then I will ask my
Um,
second later.
I think it is sufficient, but it depends on like the kind of work you did. Like I said before also, like the more your CV is something that they see fitting the program, the more they will accept it. So I have classmates as well as I know people from other Erasmus programs who did their bachelor's and straight got into the program. So it is possible. But at the same time, I know that like in my class of 21, there are, let's say, 8 to 9 students that got right out of their bachelor's, but like the rest of us are the ones who, like had some experience before applying.
Got it. So second question I have is about the job perspective. So like what are the careers and opportunities after graduated from Erasmus institution? Because some people said that nowadays European Union and the jobs in the market in Europe is only related to tech field. Is that something very true or no? People from non-tech fields can also get the job as long as you are adapting the society and the
Hmm.
job market.
Um, I think yeah, they do. I think especially if you're going in like academia, definitely there is scope. I don't actually know anybody from non-STEM fields who went into who was doing like Erasmus and who then chose to do a private job. So I know people who just decided to do like like a PhD or like a research assistantship if they were not from tech. But I don't know a lot of, I'm sorry, but I don't know a lot of non-STEM Erasmus people because the circles are very, I would say there is not a lot of interaction. There are some other Erasmus like chapters which encourage like this Erasmus Masters alumni bond. But I don't think Erasmus Mundus India has like that stronger connection that I would just happen to know. I know actually, but I know one guy who did Erasmus Mundus in sports, and he is working for like some football club right now, like for like as a physiotherapist or like something like that, or I don't know, some sports science thing. So it is definitely possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vidya. Deepak is asking about what should be the word limit for SOP.
I think let me check what was mine because I don't think there's a limit as such.
Mm-hmm.
I think mine was 510 words, but they had put a thing on the. They had told us that you cannot write more than one page, so that's why mine was like sticking to that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. But if you don't know, maybe 1.5 page max. Don't exceed that.
Okay, thank you. The next question asking Megha, do we need to have a portfolio even if we are from a humanities background?
You don't need to have a portfolio, but it's always nice to have it. Maybe not a portfolio, maybe for you it would be more important to have like blogs. Actually, Nikita, you would be more capable of answering this question.
Yeah. It's not that much necessary. They are just looking your potential, your background, and they are just assessing all these things. So yeah, one more question from Rajul. So he is asking, I'm doing a master's in the Indian Institute of Science, like IISc Bangalore. So will it
Mhm.
be a strong point in the application or not?
Uh, it would be, but like emphasize on it. Emphasize it by saying it is a premier research institute in India under like this ranking and it's number this, whatever it is, because they might not know. But so sell yourself,
Yeah.
like that's exactly what you should be doing in your CV or in your SOP.
Yeah. Thank you, Vidya. Ritik, yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Uh, Kumar, Ritik, you raise your hand. If you have any question, then please ask. Okay. Okay. Atif Ansari asking whether a person needs to be required an offer letter from university for applying to Erasmus.
No, it's like that's what I said. It's not like that. There are some scholarships where you need to have the like admission letter from the university before applying for scholarship. But Erasmus Mundus is a scholarship where you apply for the scholarship at the same time as getting accepted into the program.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I guess one more question we have from Ankit. These scholarships require recommendations from professors who nominate you or not.
It most of the programs do ask for an LOR. So yeah, I think they do.
Okay.
Maybe Ritik, you can just type in your question then.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Hmm.
Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for such an insightful session.
Of
Like,
course.
what should a student do which do not have such a good GPA like you, 9.34, and who is in
Um,
7.5 band or 7.8 band, but he has
Still
like a
apply.
good amount of internship experience?
Still apply. I think I had the 9.34, so and I graduated with distinction, and I emphasize that in my CV that I graduated with distinction. Maybe you can emphasize something else on your CV. Maybe you can emphasize your internship experience in a way. I don't think it's like a problem if you have a lower GPA. I have classmates who had lower GPAs, even as low as like six or something, a 6 point something, and they still got in. So yeah, don't self reject.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. We already out of time. So yeah, I'm just making one announcement. So who wants to who are like interested in the Erasmus applications. So just write your SOPs and essays and send to the Eklavya Foundation email ID. We'll review it through Vidya and also our other alumni. So yeah, we will help you in this case to support your application process and guide you. Yeah, so thank you so much, Vidya, and all these participants. Thank you for your all valuable insights, your time, your thoughts on all this application process, your journey, and you shared your experiences. So all these things will be helpful to the our participants, surely. Yeah. So thank you for your time and presence. Thank you all the participants, your active presence, your question and yeah, Q&A sessions and all this. So thank you. We can stop here. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.